Hi, it's the Manic Miner from Manic Mining. This is my first tutorial I've done, and this is how to mine TONCOIN using Simpleminer. Right, okay. First of all, let's bring up Simplemining.net. Just go to simplemining.net and you will need to register an account. I've already made a temporary account. Then you'll need to go to download. Download and install. And you'll need to download the latest image. I'm going to do this all live as I've got a fairly fast internet connection off my tethered off my 5G phone. So I'm just going to click on this guy. That looks all good. Yeah, that was pretty damn good. So I'm just gonna go to my downloads folder. Yeah, and there you can see we've got the image up here. And then you'll need some burning software, Balena Etcher. So again, we're just going to click on this guy. Let's move, and we're going to download it here. 14 megabits. I don't know, it's pretty quick for the UK. So okay, so we'll go there again. We'll go to downloads. I'm not very good at Windows, by the way. It's probably lots of shortcuts and I'm doing it really slow, but I'm an old dinosaur. Yeah, so then you obviously just install Balena Etcher. So now you have to burn your image. So again, do this all at your own risk. I'm not going to be held responsible for anything. I do things unconventionally. I tend not to read or listen to anyone. I figure things out for myself. In case you haven't seen some of my other videos, I run a over 10 gigahash Ethereum mining farm and over 300 gigahashes on TONCOIN. That's in the UK. There's also my assistant over here as well, Pepper. She's been on quite a few of the other video channels. Might be a time to see if we can introduce her a little bit.
10 coins to the moon. I love Romeo.
There we go. Thank you very much, Pepper. That was all very interesting. Okay, so now we've got our image. Now, what I would recommend using is not a USB stick. I use probably 50 USB sticks, and in my opinion, using them, they wear out pretty damn quick and they get hot. My opinion is USB sticks are really made, USB 3 ones are made to put videos and pictures on, not operating systems. Hammered 24/7 a day in a mining farm. And they're slow as well. If possible, use an M2. So again, this is all unconventional. It's probably going to blow all your M2s up and blow all your computers up and everything else. But this is the way I do it. So I'm just going to slot it into one of these M2 USB card readers. I don't bother about all the M2s and taking the USBs out and everything else. It's a waste of time. So I'm just going to slot this man in here very carefully. This is where it probably blows up, and there you go. We can see the configuration comes up straight away. So now I'm just going to go through the process of burning it. So I'm going to get Balena Etcher up. I'm going to do flash from file, and we're going to find our file in downloads, what we downloaded previously. And I'm going to do select target, and I've got a couple on here. I want to make sure I don't overwrite my operating system or Windows. We'll just do select, and I'm going to do flash, and I'm going to do yes I'm sure. It's just querying because it's a big drive, and you can see how quickly that will flash compared to a USB stick. I'm just going to drop down there and see what's going on there, because I don't claim claim to know much about recording, or I don't claim to know much about screen capture recording software. So let's just go back to Bellina Etcher, and that's on 29%. Just give a quick shout out to some of the Team TON members, in particular Hamza. There's Yogash, who's doing the video editing. Forgive me if I've got your name wrong. I've only just really started getting involved with you, so I'm sure I'll remember it in the future, because we're going to be doing quite a lot of work together. There's the Badger, there's Eric, there's Sam, the Mouldy Zombie. I always forget so many people. There's the really clever Indian guy from who does all the cartoons. He's very, very good. I'm not quite sure up to Andrew. Anyway, before I get carried away with that, we're nicely flashing. We're at 94%. And then it's just validating, but very, very quick on M2s. You can see the little man flashing away there, maybe on the camera. It's got a nice little element. These are really cheap. They're probably about $10. Anyway, once that's done, what we'll do is it will just say the flash is complete. We now need to go to Windows Explorer, or whatever it's called, and you can see it's not been recognised. So this is what I do. Again, what I would recommend you do is remove the USB cable and plug it in, possibly reboot the computer and do all that stuff that will waste everybody's time. I'm just going to remove it like that, and then I'm going to poke it back in again, carefully lining all the pins up, push it back in. And is that going to recognise? Sometimes it doesn't. I'm just going to go into typical. It worked the first time I did it. Is that recognise it in this management? No. So sometimes it doesn't recognise it. It's got nothing to do with me doing any of that. It's just the way it goes sometimes. So if that does happen, you may have to add a drive letter. So I'm just going to do add and do OK, and then you can see down here it finds it. So I'm going to shut this management down. Then we need to go to SMOS, or Simplemining operating system. Go up to configuration. I just want to check I've got all my stuff there. And this is where you need to put your email address in, the same one that you opened up your where that had to come in. That needs to go up there. Don't do this to me. Yeah, so you need to put your email address here that you bound, and so it binds your sort of Simpleminer image. Yeah, so let's type that in. I'm going to use a test account, so I'm going to just move this little man out of the way. I'm the most unorganised person in the world. So as I say, this is going to bind it to the account I opened up with this email address at Simplemining. If I know what I'm doing. 355 hotmail.com. Right, good. So I'm going to shut this guy down, and I'm going to open this configuration file just to make sure it's bound, and that is it. So what I'm now going to do is put that in a PC over here. This is where I'm going to have to get creative with a camera. So I've got the PC down here. I'm going to go and put this M2 in this PC, and it's going to be a Sapphire Pulse 580 4GB, and we're going to mine TONCOIN with it. Right, okay. Let's get this little thing in. Okay, let's take it off. Good. And I'm going to log in with that account now. what we're doing now, a motor bus. Oh, I like to play this game. Is there more? Log in. Right, good. And there you can see it's now married that image up with that PC to Simplemining, and I've got it on here. What's going on? I don't know if you can see that. So that's just installing all the stuff on there. Anyway, so I need to get another camera so that we can watch what's going on the mining PC as well as the account. Okay, so if I'd done a Virgin account, then I would be able to take you right through from the very beginning. So I'm gonna have to kind of work out the best way to go about doing this. So ideally you wanna, that's how Simplemining looks. You probably as well, let's come down there. What we need to do is it will report the card. So the first thing we would do is change the rig name. So we'll do that now. We'll call this I don't know, test. That'll do. We'll put test in there. So you'll need to change the rig name here. That's where that goes. So I'll just do that again. I'm going to type it in there, test. And then we're going to need to move me over there. Just save and reload. There you can see it's changed the rig name now. And then what you need to do is, let's do another configuration. What can we do here? So we'll call this TONCOIN test as well. We'll call him test. I always change that runner's route as well to enabled. Now the next thing, what we'll do is select the miner program, and for this we're going to use LOL miner and the latest version. So I'm going to look for LOL miner. There she is. And we'll use, I think, is it version 1.42? We'll put that in there. And then what we need to do is put my command line in there. And I have prepared that earlier. So what I'll do is I'll put that in there. Like so. Now, you will need to change your wallet address, which is here. So you need to change that to your wallet address. There. If you do not change that wallet address, when you mine, I will get your coins, and as grateful as I would be for just one coin, I wouldn't really want you to mine to my wallet address, because you're mining for your own coins, not for my benefit. But feel free to send me one coin if that's what you want to do. But seriously, you need to change that wallet address. So once you've got your miner program, you've got your miner version, you've done your group name, and you've done your command line, then it's time to save. And then for this particular card, I'm going to go with 1175 on the core, and let's try 1950 on the memory, although the memory is not really relevant on this particular algorithm because it's all core based. I'm gonna do save and reload, And here you should see the group configuration has gone to TONCOIN test. The rig name is test, what we just set up, and up here we've now got that group is TONCOIN test. And obviously if you add more rigs you can set up different group configurations. But this isn't really a tutorial for Simpleminer. This is a tutorial to mine TONCOIN with Simpleminer. Simpleminer, you know, requires a much more in-depth sort of tutorial made on what you can do with TONCOIN. As I said, I run, you know, 200 GPUs, 250 GPUs with it. So if we look at our overclock settings, we can see we're running a 1145 on the core and 1950, which gives us 845 mega hash on TONCOIN, and that's a Sapphire Pulse 584 gigabyte mining away. I'm not really, this is the sort of disclaimer, each person's circumstances are very different. You know, what's right for me will be wrong for you, and what's right for you will be very wrong for me, because I'm very fortunate to have free electric and I can run everything flat out. So I'm not really interested in optimizing cards, you know, for electrical efficiency. I'm interested in running them flat out as hard and as fast as I can. And I'm not interested in people telling me that if you run a card too hot, they're going to burn out in 30 minutes. Well, they don't, because I've run 580s at 90 degrees for 5 years. And if you look in the BIOS configuration, the card turns off at 95 degrees. It's a bit like a rev limiter in the car. So if that card was going to burn up, they would put that in at about 80 degrees. They put it in at 95 for a good reason. It can withstand that. This is all I'm putting a disclaimer in. Don't listen to anything I say. I'm a raving lunatic, manic mining nutcase. Don't listen to anything I tell you. But I just go with testing. I go with experience with my own, you know, cards and mining farms, and I've been doing it for 3 or 4 years, so I know a little bit about how these things perform. So I would suggest you do your undervolting and, you know, keeping things cold and doing whatever it is everyone does, you know, but differently to me. So you can see it's running at 61 degrees. I've got my fans on 100%, and it'll be you're gonna burn those fans out at 100%. True, sometimes they last 6 months, sometimes they last 2 years, but what's a fan? $2? How long does it take to change a fan? 5 minutes. I've always said all these cards are made for gaming anyway, so they're not mining cards, so you should take the card apart anyway and rebuild it for mining. First thing is to get rid of the fans, because they're for gaming. Put 2 big you know, 2000 RPM fans on there, which are about $2, and cable tie them up. A much more powerful, much quieter, and they last forever. But there you go. That's from a professional mining point of view. And you know, they still retain the value, because if you keep all the cases and the fans, you can rebuild them and sell them as gaming cards. You know, it's so important. Repaste the card with, you know, the best paste, you know, in my opinion, which is a grizzly paste, and repad them all as well with grizzly pads, because the ones they put in for gaming are junk. I think that's pretty much it. I'm sure I must have missed out a lot here, because maybe that all just went a bit too easy and was a bit straightforward. I mean, did I cover like logging out and things? If not, I mean, you could just log out, log in, aeroplanes, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know, maybe I missed a chunk out somewhere. As I said, we can go in there again. I don't want to go. It's all quite straightforward. You've got reboot, you've got reload the miner. If you want to add more rigs, you can add more rigs. Let's just have a look here. What didn't we do? I'm sure we didn't do some things. I can do show settings. That's where you put your fan speed in. You could just do target temperature if you want. Put in 60 and that'll do it. Oh, the other thing is I would suggest you change the power stage to 4. That's quite important. That's where you do all your sort of memory and core undervolting, which I never bother with. And you should, don't listen to me, do all that, it's there for a reason. That little pencil is where you put in your command lines, and you can change the group name and stuff. And there again, that's that wallet address there, which you need to change. Anyway, that's my first one anyway, so I have to start somewhere. So how long did that all go on for? Okay, so that's the Manic Miner's first tutorial, how to mine TONCOIN in Simplemining. I'll need some feedback, I'll need some comments as to what I've done wrong, so I know what to do better. I need to get another camera. Please subscribe to my channel. Please give me some ideas to do new videos. Please tell me what you'd like to see me do next. And please tune in for the next video. I do try and do one a day and one a night. So I think it's just a case now saying, you know, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. And that's all, folks. See you next time.